Fiddlike up the Danny Boy here, and we are back with more Transport Fever at the races for the run of the single diesel units on the Shutter Island map. This is race 3 of round 5. Again, everyone is sort of ready, however, we will change the names of the trains so we know who each one is. The Chinese train was absolutely dominating the first, well, 3 or 4 rounds, I can't remember, but then the USA train, this actual modded GE here, actually has the train's true top speed, which is 110, which is just shy of the Chinese train's, I think it's 111 or 113, something weird like that, but this will be the UK number right there, our German number. I should have actually have done this first, but I completely forgot. And our French number in the red there. So let's go France, France. There we go. So they are pretty much ready to rock and roll. The game is paused. I need to make sure they are all heading towards Clitheroe, which they currently are. Yep, so they are ready to go. So without further ado, on 3, 2, 1 and go. Listen for the horns. Nice. The British train is actually doing quite good. Wow, they're starting to beat the camera. Whoa. Right, there we go. Right, so they are off. I am expecting there's a lot of smoke coming from that GE number. It is in the lead. I am expecting it to do much better now that I have been using the modded versions and not the vanilla ones that come in the game. The Chinese train needed a sort of rival. It was hard to find diesel trains that did around about 100 miles per hour. Even this British train only does 95, unfortunately, as they head into the tunnel here. As you can see, we've got the beautiful sunset mod on in the background. Ooh, they're doing quite well, actually. Who is missing? Russian train. Why? Did something happen to you in that tunnel? Now, there was not many, if any, glitches with the steam trains. Or not that I've seen. There was an issue with this. In fact, it is this corner right here where the two inside tracks could go around at full speed, but these 4 slowed down to about 50 miles per hour. I amended that so that all trains could go round. You'll see them there heading round at about 90 miles per hour. That was the only issue we had. I amended it after the first race. It is a case of going into here, checking out the track speed, and you really need to zoom in. You need to hit the angle just perfect. If you zoom out too far, the numbers go away and some of the numbers don't appear, and then you have to really zoom in, and it'll show you little kinks in the track where there are issues. But there we have it. The American train is still in the lead, so really you need to be up here. Russia is actually last. China is just still holding in second. I am expecting the UK train to get decimated once it sort of hits a straight. We'll follow the UK train for the moment. The Russian train still in last, although I don't know which position the German and French trains are in. But no, the glitches seem to be possibly a thing of the past. Maybe. We will have to wait and see. I don't know if this Russian train glitched or no. It was there 1 minute, gone the next. It could be just due to the fact that it is kind of slow. Although it is actually the newest train out of all these trains here. The British train was sneaking up. Ooh, we're going to lose the angle. There we go. As they head away through the tunnel. Now, is the Russian train catching. There it goes. It does look to have closed a slight bit of distance, which is good. But now they are out the other side. Wow, you two are... These two are going for it. Chinese train on the inside, just taking the lead there. Just. Now again, when it comes to the haulage, the American will be king, I would say, as it is in the steam races with the New York City Super Hudson. It really is the master when it comes to haulage, and I believe this Amtrak will be much and such the same. But I'm just happy that my little UK train, we went with the rail freight here. I like the rail freight, and great. It is starting to lose out because the other trains are starting to hit their top speeds, although it might just be able to hang on in there. Come on, little dude, keep going. The American train is now in front again. You guys are starting to overtake because you do have top speeds of 100 miles per hour. So I'm expecting the UK train to be here. Yes. On the way out. France doing well. Russian train should be starting to catch the British train because it does have a top speed of 100. The other train's starting to pull away from the UK train, and you're up to 104, 106, 7. So we're going to go with these two, because you've got a top speed of 110, and you've got a top speed of 106. I thought it was more than that. Ah, you may have met your match there, Chinese train. I like the lights as well. Even though the lights are on during daytime, they'll look much better with the sunset mod. I would love to see it at night time to see what it actually looked like, or even if it would work in night. But it would be cool to see. These German and French No, you glitched. Well, that was perfect timing. So you do still get glitches. So then that's it. We've exhausted everything to try and stop the glitches. But that was perfectly timed there. I clicked on the German train to see how it was getting on, and it died. That may actually be one of the reasons for glitches. Because there's a couple of times when you click on trains and they just sort of have a fatal glitch accident and stop. Like if I just randomly click on you, nope, you're good. Randomly click on you, nope, you're good. You, nope, you're good. And a Russian train is overtaking the British train. So you're now last. You're now second last. You're now fourth. Although I don't think you're going to catch that French train. And I would dare say that the German train will... Ooh, it's quite far behind now. That is a shame. Ah, French train just glitched. Totally. There's no way you should be going that slow around that corner. So we are still getting glitches. Why? I don't know. All issues with the track have been sorted. So the only thing I can think of now is the fact that there are trains running at high speed in close proximity to each other. I mean, I've done lots of playthroughs with lots and lots of trains, but none of them really travelling at high speed next to each other, going in the same direction, lined up together. I mean, you would have a high speed train crossing over a bridge with maybe a fairly slow moving freight train underneath it. The Russian train has just died again. Oh, what is going on? I mean, I always thought things like this, like areas where the terrain glitches into the track, I always thought that would be a major issue, but it seems not to be. It seems to just be random points on the track where trains just seem to have issues. Now, the UK train has not had an issue yet, and it did have the last couple of races. Whether that made a difference, I don't really know, because the UK train is the slowest of the bunch. Now it's up into third. Russian train is catching it. French train is actually here in fifth position. They are heading down towards the end. Where is the American train? You two are still up here. These two haven't glitched either. Neither's the UK train, but you three have. Okay. You may be going for another win here, Amtrak. Although this is a slow section of the map, this twisting, winding section, they will get a bit of speed up as they come down here towards the end in the background there. UK train is staving off the Russian train just now, but it may get past at this end section. You guys, you're catching the Russian train because you were quite a fair bit back. So are you. Ooh, we just did a pause there. Check the speeds. No, we're good. Alright, are you on the home straight? I do believe you are. So already this train's up at 109, 110, 106. So I am expecting the UK train to get beaten here. But the third place would probably be its best finish. But only because everyone else screwed up. But no, definite win for the Amtrak. And I'm actually going to pause it here. Right, boom. You are across the line. And head back. Now I can see the Russian train in the background. I can't see the UK train. So you're first for the American. Chinese train in second. We're not going to look at the trains, we're going to keep an eye on here. Do you see a Russian train creeping in this right hand side? I see the UK train. Come on, little buddy, keep going. You can do it. Hey, a third place podium finish for the British train. Well done. Fourth is the Russian. Fifth is the French, and last but not least the German, which is unfortunate because it did actually glitch, and I did actually see it. The only one I would say this Russian train definitely glitched at the start, but we didn't actually see it. But I do think that is what happened. The French and German train glitching, I absolutely did see. There was no doubt in my mind what happened there. So the first three had no glitches. But that made a difference because this Chinese train and this American train are pretty good. They are faster than the other trains. The surprise is this. If this train had glitched, it would have never in a month of Sundays finished in third. So because it had no issues, it got up there. But it's always had an issue in the past. We've seen the UK train glitch many times. This time it got off lucky. And the unfortunates were the Russian, French and German train. They probably would have done better if they hadn't had their own issues. But that is it for race number 3. We'll go to the table standings, and then after that it will be the haulage race. So here is how they placed at the current end of this race. So at the end of race 1, due to a few glitches here and there, it would seem as though the UK train got its first, I think it is actually its first ever podium finish, a third place. The USA and China still up there though, first and second for them. Russia did well to get back in 4th place, because I think it actually glitched out twice, that train, but so maybe did the French train and the German train. I did notice them at least glitching once, but that's how they ended up with their 6th and 5th place finishes. Hopefully they'll do better. Hopefully they won't have so many issues in the haulage race. It'd be good to see them getting up and getting a few more points just to make it a bit more interesting, because for sure now the race for first is just going to be between the USA and China. The rest will have to battle it out amongst themselves for 3rd place. That is it for the single unit diesels. Next up will be the haulage race. As always, if you would like to see it, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, comment or dislike if you so wish to do so. And as always, I've been Danny Boy. This has been Transport Fever at the races, race number 3 of round 5 on Shutter Island, and I will catch you later.